She was the beautiful doctor, and she appeared to have a picture-perfect life.
Hi, I'm Dr. Teresa Sievers.
But when Teresa Sievers came home alone from a family trip, she walked into a deadly trap, brutally murdered in her kitchen.
She's dead on the floor.
The instrument of death, a hammer.
There's a hammer at the side, and she's bashed in the back of the head.
Who could just do something like that?
Dr. Sievers was well known in Southwest Florida thanks to numerous articles about her practice where she specialized in hormone therapy.
People have been healing themselves for centuries.
And she had a YouTube channel where she spoke about her brand of alternative medicine.
We really want to get something that's going to help turn down the immune system.
Teresa was at a family gathering in Connecticut with her husband Mark and their 2 daughters. One Sunday night, she returned home alone. She had patients in the morning. These images of her pulling her luggage at the airport are the last known of her alive.
It's just a wonderful person. So giving.
When Teresa didn't show up for work, Mark, who is also Teresa's business manager, exchanges text messages with Teresa's nurse, Sandra Hoskins. I am checking with Doctor as well. She's not answering her phone for me either.
I said, Mark, do you want me to go to your house? And I got one word, no.
Mark then asked another colleague of Teresa's to go by the house. He walked in on a murder scene so bloody, it defies comparison.
911, what is your emergency?
I'm at a friend's house. He's out of town, and I came here to check on his wife, and she's dead on the floor.
He seemed terrified about a killer on the loose.
I'm afraid somebody's in the house. I mean, somebody killed her.
Right.
I mean, it's a murder. Right? She's bashed in the back of the head. My God, she's my friend.
As deputies rushed to the house, Nurse Sandra says she had a chilling phone conversation.
I called Mark and I said, Mark, I know you told me not to go to your house, but I don't know what's going on. And his words were, do not tell anyone Doctor is dead.
The door looked like it was jimmied open. Detectives found a crowbar in the grass. On the bloody tile floor in the kitchen, they saw Teresa's wallet, missing a credit card. And right there, the murder weapon, the hammer caked with blood and clumps of hair.
I'm like you and I'm like everybody else. I always want a bad person, particularly a killer, to be in custody as quickly as possible.
Teresa's mother-in-law, Bonnie Sievers, tearfully tells the detective she was at the house the day before. She claims Mark told her not to set the alarm so the dogs wouldn't set off the motion detector.
I really feel that it's my fault.
You cannot blame yourself.
Many began to wonder, was Teresa's killing linked to the mysterious deaths of 2 other holistic doctors? Jeff Bradstreet and Bruce Heddenall died just weeks before Teresa. Some online conspiracy bloggers theorized it could be because all 3 doctors promoted natural cures instead of pushing pharmaceuticals. But in Teresa's case, Lee County, Florida Sheriff Mike Scott says detectives had a different theory.
I believe, and everything that we have thus far, and it's a lot, lends me to some comfort saying that it's not random and arbitrary.
But soon the investigation turns into something no one imagined. Though Mark has an alibi, being 1,400 miles away in Connecticut, investigators begin to notice strange behavior. Here, he's seen running away from our Fort Myers affiliate WZVN, trying to learn more about his wife's brutal death. He left his wife's office so fast, trash bags were still hanging out of his car window. It's not the first time Mark acted odd. Sandra says at Teresa's funeral, Mark was cold to her, even though they'd been friends for years.
His demeanor and his body language and his character didn't fall into place with a man who was mourning.
As Mark was still hanging out at the family home, detectives soon uncovered some dirty laundry.
She lived on the edge.
Teresa's business partner, Lenka Spiska, told cops Teresa struggled with addiction and with her sexuality.
What type of addiction?
She had an issue with the pot. Then she had, the sexual orientation.
Detectives say Mark told them he and Teresa experimented with other partners in the swinger lifestyle. Mark reportedly claimed Teresa fantasized about his best friend Curtis Wainwright. He and Mark even looked alike. Next, did an alleged fantasy turn into a fatal attraction? Or was it something more sinister? Now cops are asking, did her alleged fantasy come to her house for a secret rendezvous or for murder?